Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Alison. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment and hit the notification. And if you want to get in contact with us on the socials, we are on Instagram and Facebook. And if you look below and expand the description, you're going to see those 3 free booklets: Acne More Than Skin Deep, Eczema More Than Skin Deep and Dry Skin More Than Skin Deep. Let's get started. Now, rather than taking my word for it, you can also look at the National Sleep Foundation website. So things I try to instill in myself and my children is to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, good quality sleep a night. To do that, we prepare our bedroom. We try and go to bed around the same time every single day. The weekends get a bit messed up, as you know what it's like. Let's be realistic. Bedroom, you keep it cool, radiator is off. Window can be open slightly in the summer or even in the winter. If not, then you got a fan. We have a room humidifier to put moisture back into the air because the central heating has dried out the air. And for my son and myself and even for my daughter, my husband's fine with this one, but we have what's called a room purifier, where it cleans the air in the room, removing toxins and not toxins, allergens. There you go. I tend not to have any caffeine at all after 11 a.m. because caffeine, as you get older, can affect your sleep even up to 8, 10, 12 hours later on. I also don't have alcohol in the week because once alcohol has gone through your body and processed, it can wake you up. So it can actually cause you to, even though it might knock you out to begin with, if that's what you're using it for, it can disturb your sleep later on in the evening or in the night. Now remember, I mentioned exercise at the beginning of this video. Well, that exercise is a definite for improving your sleep. If you get more exercise during the day, it sets you up for a better night's sleep in the evening or whatever time of bed you tend to go to sleep. Now, a real big one for me, which I really have to work hard on myself, but I instill in my children, they don't have a choice, is I make sure they have no screen time 2 hours before bed. And by screen time, I mean phones and tablets, simply because phones and tablets and laptops and computers, they emit something called blue light. That blue light disturbs your sleep. I believe it disturbs your REM, your rapid eye movement. And by doing that, it can cause problems with your sleep. It can cause insomnia. It also means you're not getting a good quality night's sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, cortisol level will raise, and again, you're going to break out. Now, a couple of other points when it comes to sleep. Little things like try your best not to be working from your bedroom or in your bedroom. I had to get out of that habit, having a laptop on my bed. Laptop is bad for you anyway. If you put it on your legs, it can actually cause discoloration of your skin, like purple marks. If you don't believe me, have a look on the Dr. Pimple Popper videos. But try working late, avoid working late, and avoid working from your bedroom. A bath will help. Put some essential oils in the bath with like lavender or chamomile. Even having a water diffuser in your bedroom that you can put things like chamomile or lavender into as well to fill the room with some nice calming smells. You can even have like a lavender pillow, so you can buy things where you can put bits of lavender underneath your pillowcase, slip it between the pillowcase and the pillow. And one of the things I tried and does actually work is deep breathing. So once you're lying in bed, just make the effort to do some deep breathing exercises. If you go onto YouTube, type in Wim Hof, W-I-M space H-O-F. It's a German man who has these absolutely fantastic breathing techniques to help with your breathing. I find when I do that at night, whilst I'm doing the counting in my head, I actually fall asleep anyway. Sometimes I don't need to do it at all if I have a relaxing bath, but little things like that. One thing might not work, but again, if you try them on a regular basis, just try a few different things and find what works for you. You'll find that your stress levels come down, you sleep better. Another thing I do is I tend not to have big drinks close to bedtime, because yes, I'm not a child, I'm not going to wet myself, but it does mean I'm going to wake up in the night to go to the toilet. It's that simple. Now, the next interesting pointer on the list from the Healthline website was that they advocate eating foods that are rich in both magnesium and chromium because they help to reduce your blood sugar levels in the body and therefore preventing acne. So chromium is thought to aid in blood sugar regulation, and magnesium is involved in helping the cells of the body to use magnesium and insulin more effectively. Also, if you are diabetic, it's believed that by consuming up to 100 milligrams of magnesium in your food, you can actually reduce your risk of diabetes by 15%. So that's another win-win. By reducing your blood sugars, you're actually improving the chances of not getting diabetes. You're actually going to find that some of the healthy food options or choices that you already integrate into your diet are probably high in magnesium and chromium. That could include dark leafy lean vegetables, which you should be consuming lots of. And the darker the colour of the vegetables, the better. Avocados, bananas, squash and pumpkin seeds, bananas, and lots of whole grains. So you've got like the quinoa, the oats. If you're okay with like things like wheat, then go for it. But again, those like myself who react to gluten, which is wheat, rye and barley, you may actually be triggering it as well. So just to let you know that those particular foods are high in magnesium. You also have tuna if you're a fish eater, and believe it or not, which is a good one, dark chocolate as well, the good quality dark chocolate. Now, even though magnesium is better if you can get it from food sources, if you're someone who does struggle to get enough magnesium from food sources, you can buy it as a supplement, and which you can consume orally. And you can also apply it topically on the skin, normally in a spray. It's in a spray bottle or in an oil form. You should only do this if you feel that you're not having enough. And again, I would say go to your doctors, get a blood test to see if your levels of vitamins in your body are the correct level. Now, you would have previously heard me mention that I consume apple cider vinegar and lemon water on a daily basis. I have these probably 2 or 3 times a day, first thing in the morning, later on in the day, and then in the evening. I spread them out purposely because I don't want too much lemon or acidic stuff on my teeth, but I do have a mouthful of water and rinse them away later on. Now, I started taking those as a cleanser, as a way of like cleansing my kidneys or my liver. But I then learned that these actually make a difference in lowering your blood sugar as well. So if you do have these, you're actually making a big difference again to your skin. Having them throughout the day, I would say have it first on an empty stomach. So a pint or 500 milliliters or half a litre of water with 3 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, the equivalent of half a lemon or a little bit less of a freshly squeezed lemon. Or you can even buy, what I tend to do is I buy a litre bottle of organic lemon juice. A company called Suma, S-U-M for mother A. When I'm not using it in the drink, I use it as a salad dressing as well. So I put it on my salads that I have with my main meals throughout the day, or my lunch or my dinner. So again, I'm having anti-inflammatory foods, anti-inflammatory drinks, and those particular drinks also actively reduce the blood sugar levels reduce your insulin levels. Now, you'll be happy to know that we're getting closer to the end. We're on point number 11. But one of those interesting facts that didn't even occur to me was that if you lose weight, you also reduce your insulin levels, your blood sugar levels, and you stop them from spiking. Even if you lose only 5% of your total body weight, you reduce your blood sugars. Now, if you are somebody who's pre-diabetic and you lose a little bit of weight, you're also less prone to become diabetic. I know this for a fact. It's happened to family members who have been on that borderline being diabetic, so being pre-diabetic, get my words out, put my teeth back in. So recently a family member of mine lost a stone in weight simply by changing, like myself, to having meat and fish only on the weekends. And just going for walks with friends, nothing strenuous because they have problems with their knees. They lost a stone within 3 weeks. They're still enjoying their meals. They cut back on sugar, yes, but they don't do without. So they save their eating of animal meat to the weekends, and they save their eating of white rice to the weekends as well. So that's when they kind of give themselves that chance to just kind of I wouldn't even call it pigging out because they're not having large portions. They're just changing the way they eat for like 1 or 2 days, but they keep those days together. So reduce your weight, reduce your chance of spiking your insulin levels. And again, I'm going to say easier said than done, because if it's something you tried before and you simply can't do it, then please do get help from your doctor. There are groups you can join, there's face groups you can join to lose weight, and there's face groups you can join if you're looking at cutting back on carbs, and also there's Facebook groups if you are diabetic, and that's another way of looking at changing the way you eat. Now we're getting closer to the end, so I don't want to go on too long about this one because it's quite controversial again. So as well as sticking to those 3 meals a day, if you're not someone who fasts and only had maybe 1 or 2 meals in a day, there's a group that believe that snacking in between meals can also help, but you've got to make sure you're snacking on healthy food choices. So if you're snacking on fruit, fantastic. If you're snacking on salad, fantastic. If you're snacking on a handful of nuts, fantastic, that's good. But if you're snacking on chocolate, crisps, cakes, biscuits, all these junk foods, not so good. And the reason they believe this actually helps if you're snacking on healthy foods is because they're saying that in between those three main meals, your blood sugars fall and you get hungry. But if you top it up with those snacks in between, then you don't give your body a chance for your blood sugars to fall, which means you then grab something high fat, high sugar, or just high rubbish. So that's another food for thought, isn't it? I mean, if that works for you, fantastic. But if you're not somebody who gets hungry between meals and a drink will do, then don't snack, it's that simple. But if you need to snack, just do choose the healthier options and look for the things that are not so high in the carb content, because remember it's those carbohydrates that send your blood sugars high because your body digests them too fast, and that's what can trigger your acne. Now, last on the list is probiotics. Now, I've been taking probiotics now for about the last 10 years just to make sure I have good bacteria in my gut. My children do the same, because what you don't want is you don't want the bad bacteria winning the war and having a high level of bad bacteria versus good bacteria. Now, like I said, I was having that to make sure my gut was working properly, but by consuming probiotics, whether that is in the form of food or in the form of a supplement, you're actually helping to regulate your blood sugars. Again, if you are regulating your blood sugars and stopping them from dipping or going too high, you've got less chance of triggering off your acne. And there are quite a few ways of getting probiotics into your body. You don't have to take a supplement only. There is sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha, tempeh. Let's have a think. You've got miso, I believe, another fermentable way of putting food into your body. But if you are going to take a supplement, I would say start low. So if you're an adult, start at no more than 10 billion international units, or IU. Then you can work your way up. You can have it in liquid form, which your body digests quicker, and you can have it in capsule form. If you prefer to have it in food form, fantastic. And the more varied types of fermented foods you're having, the better, and because the different types of gut bacteria putting into your body. Now, one thing I will say is don't go crazy when you first start eating these foods if you're not used to them, because you'll be back and forth to the toilet, because even too much of a good thing can cause issues. Too much good bacteria can, your body might start screaming at you thinking, okay, what's going on? And you'll be going to the toilet a lot until it balances itself out. It's not because you're doing anything bad, it's just because your body isn't used to it. However, probiotics help to regulate your blood sugars, help to keep your insulin levels at a more leveled consistency. So do try taking these things, do try eating them. And things like kefir and kombucha are a drink. They're really nice to drink. You can get them, they taste sweet-ish, but not overly sweet, because by the time the sugar has fermented, there is no sugar left in those drinks. My children really enjoy those, and so do I. So if you manage to get through this video, you're probably watching part 2 or part 3, because I had to split this video up into 3 parts or 2 parts, depending on how I feel. What I would say is, if you are already using some of these points I've tried, then try some of the others. If you're not trying any at all, then try one thing at a time and see how you feel. Remember, one thing, everyone is different, we're all unique. One thing may not work for you, whereas something else does. Different folks, different strokes. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification so you know when the next video is coming out. If you look below in the description, you're going to see those 3 booklets: Adult Acne More Than Skin Deep, Eczema More Than Skin Deep, and Dry Skin More Than Skin Deep. Hope to hear from you, hope to hear see some replies and some comments, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.